matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi Broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. No suit day. It's Thursday. No suit day. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Not gonna lie, the suits aren't it either. I think you'd look better business casual. You know, collar shirt with a top button or two undone. No. Anyway, suitless Sunday. Okay. Why are you trying to copy Zoran? Why how is this copying Zoran? I don't know. Anyway, suit break. We got a suit break today. No suit. Grandma stopped watching. Oh no. But we're live. We're alive, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. I'm a little late, obviously, as I apologize for my tardiness, for my delay, but there's a good reason for it, and this is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hasanabi Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button, so help me God. And that's precisely what I'ma do. Viva Mexico! Viva la raza! Woo! We're live, and we got a whole bunch of shit to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a mi gente latino? Mi gente latino! Woo! Anyway, this is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hasanabi Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. So help me God, that's what I'm gonna do for all the parasocialists out there. Speak about insects for Ken Paxton assaulting you. Oh yeah. I was victim of an insect assault last night. Wake up to piss in the middle of the night, and I hear a mosquito in the room. I'm like, oh, here we go, brother. Obviously, my mom loves leaving every door open, okay? Let me tell you something. My mom loves leaving every door in the house open. Because it's nice, it's California, it's always summer vibes year round. And it's something that I absolutely hate. I tell them all the time, don't do this, please. Please close the doors, please close the windows. Let's keep these windows and doors closed. But they don't want to do that. And of course, when I'm away, my mom is staying here. And she keeps the doors open. So I'm a big AC guy, big keep everything closed guy, and she is no AC whatsoever, let it ride. So she did that. She did that for the week that I was gone, and in that week, I guess, you know, every bug in West Hollywood, California decided to migrate into my home, including fruit flies, including mosquitoes, and I guess none of the mosquito catching spiders were actually there to do work, necessary work, good work. I specifically try not to kill spiders, even though I'm, you know, not exactly the biggest fan of spiders, because I know they are out there eating the mosquitoes, right? So there's a delicate ecosystem, a delicate balance in my home that I try to maintain. But yeah, I came back, I woke up in the middle of the night pissed, went back to sleep. Heard of mosquitoes, I guess probably fine. Woke up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in my face? I was like looking at my peripherals and on my periphery, and I realized that there's like a chunk of meat that is disrupting my vision, my eyesight. I'm like, what the fuck? And I touch my face. I'm like, uh-oh. And I took a photo of my face, and let me tell you, it was not great. I mean, this has gone down since then. It looks like I got punched in the face. This has gone down. When I first woke up, it was like, not good at all. Yeah, he just wanted a kiss. Yeah, probably. Maya taught us if a mosquito bites you, it was a female. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Another L for women. All right, so a verbena candle doesn't have to be lit, works as a decent mosquito repellent. You can also put a cold spoon on the bite for 5 minutes. Okay, maybe I'll do that. James Fishback is coming to Miami to do a meet and greet in Calle Ocho. Let everyone know so we can get a big protest going. Hell yeah, okay. But I hope it's not Chaga's brother. I don't know. Your collab with Trevor and Eugene makes my South African heart so fucking happy. Hell yeah. Yes, I did the Trevor Noah podcast a couple of days ago, and now it's out. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. I think it was a very enjoyable experience. It's 2 hours long. We went through a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff. Does it itch? It doesn't itch that much. But in any case, folks, I take 5 milligrams creatine, slamming 0.8 grams protein per body pound for body weight, and lifting 5 times a week. Why am I not solitary? You are. My girlfriend's South African family will know you now. Oh God, my girlfriend's dad is gonna like you, I think. Lol, hell yeah. What is this? Performance review from the chat. Hasanabi employee evaluation. Guest at events, A+. Cuba Doc, A+. Shout out Austin Ox and March. Project delivery, D. Z-Way, Obama, Newsom, Hannity, Van Jones. Reasons do not matter. Yeah, what the fuck? None of this is in my control. Not Hasanabi posting, F. Gaming, F. Overall rating, 6 out of 10. Feedback, welcome. Soundboard edition, A-. Okay. My Gen X live sister loves show her, so hopefully this will show her the light. Hell yeah. We got some blast offs here as well. Thank you, Druku, for the blast off memes. Thank you, Druku. Yeah, you keep getting increasingly more radical with these blast off memes, it seems. But the bourgeoisie fears memory because memory teaches resistance. Oh my God. What the fuck? Dude, Kyrie, please come on the fucking broadcast, man. What are we doing? This is internet discourse. Penelope, such a pretty name. Aw, thank you. It's extremely common, so it's still pretty. I never said it was rare, and I didn't say it wasn't pretty. Holy crash out. Yeah, this is how every conversation takes place on the internet nowadays. It's crazy. Everyone's trying to fucking rage bait one another to feel something. It's really fucked up. We'll get into all of that and more. Let me blast off real quick because we're late already. We are delayed because I went to bed last night, chud-ass loser. You already know, nothing going on in my life whatsoever. Watched a little bit of Fallout. Woke up early. And, yeah. What is this? Hasan Piker unfavorability rating among those living with children. Favorable 0, unfavorable 49. Yes, parents with children are not fucking with me. And my highest favorability is with children living with parents. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, yeah, I guess I have, you were mentioning the recent Al Jazeera bottom line program. 007 game when? Maybe soon. Who knows? We'll look at this. I don't know why they keep fucking polling my ass. I am not... I find it very strange, but what are you going to do? Yeah, let's blast off. This morning I woke up early. I lifted some weights, and it was great. Had a great time doing that damn thing. And also, I shot the podcast. We shot another episode with the boys, all boys episode, all boys epi, pride epi, you already know. Yeah, that's why I'm late, and I apologize. My one mom complaint is that I can't listen to the podcast when my kid's in the room, so I have to wait for nap time. Sir, I beg of a Kyrie collab, please, sir, just a crumb. Yes. Anyway, funny Chris Rabb story about Dem politics. Those last 15 minutes of the Trevor Noah were goated. Tentative 60-day ceasefire deal reached, ? Iran and U.S. trade blows. DOJ weaponized against E.G. CARROLL, EF Day 90, Glenn on Jube versus MAGA cult, and more. Get in now, www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi. We'll of course be talking about some of the candidates that I'm working with, getting some decent numbers in internal polls, it seems, because we have maybe put the fear of God into these establishment Democrats that we are running against, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm talking about Dariliza, as well as Claire Valdez, and how much money outside groups are going to be spending on these races in New York. Anyway, so yeah. Primary, June 2nd, Chris Benn is running for Congress, California's 3rd District, and he's standing against genocide and rejection support from AIPAC and the Israel lobby. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yeah. Zoran is looking possibly to endorse Daraliza. I know. We got Shoykot's primary as well. Incredible door knocking operation. I am wondering. No. Breaking new Michigan poll. What the heck? What the heckianti? Is this real? Is this real? Oh my God. Oh. 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 What the hell? Oh my God. No way. Woo. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do not come.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
No, it's not. Look at the fucking pollster's name. Gargantua Cox Polling Institute. No! It's fake! It's fake! I got so excited! No! 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 No!
Bruh. Bruh.
Ban the guy. Ban the guy who sent it to me. Ban the guy who sent it to me. Brutal. Brutal. Ban him. Mods. Ban him! Mods! Put him through the ringer! Yeah. We'll talk about Francesca Hong in a second. Is you right now? Mike from PA reposted it. LA poll. Carabas, Nithya Raman, Los Angeles Mayor Jungle primary. Okay. All right. We'll continue. Will you be reviewing LA's election ballot anytime soon? I know things are asked, but still amount. Yes, we will. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, did I blast off already? I did. Okay, straight to jail for that one chatter who fucked me up. I was in a good ass mood. Dude, the Telegraph in the UK straight up running articles with fabricated quotes from you. Now it's heinous with a straight up lying man. Yeah, they're trying to get me. They are trying to get me to fucking not be allowed entry into the United Kingdom. Yeah, United fucking Kingdom. Yeah, talk about this in a sec. Lauban. United fucking Kingdom. Yeah. In case you want to boost a pro M4A pro Palestine candidate challenging Auchincloss. Oh yeah. This guy, this Polos guy. I'm gonna need to look into him. I don't really know what his background is, but yeah, we definitely got to get that guy out of there. Auchincloss is ridiculous. Actual compilation of polls for El Sayed. Yeah, I wonder why they don't poll this race as much, but maybe it's because it's later in the summer. You see Asmon crashing out over what Stavi said? Yes, I did. I did see that. Yeah. Based. Yeah, the reason why they're not polling the Abdul El Sayed race is because they're fucking busy polling my ass for some weird reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they keep polling me. It's very weird. It's a very strange phenomena because, like, I don't think it's going to stop people from, collaborating with me because they see the real impact regardless. Like, the polls only serve some of my haters who will go, he's irrelevant. It's like, yeah, dude, your favorite content creator, if polled, would probably have even worse fucking approvals. What are you talking about? Like, we're content creators. We're in a very small sliver of the internet, this vast sea of information. Did you know you were with Trevor Noah?
Like, where were you born? How were you raised?
I was born in America.
No, I'm not saying it like a born Asian. I'm saying like to me. I'm saying like a life story. You're so defensive about it.
I got scared.
This man is like, I'm like, where were you born? I was born here. I'm born in America.
I don't know if you heard, but the federal government's coming after me.
We actually need to talk about that. Yeah. But no.
So I need to say it. I was born here. I'm an American citizen. I could run for president. I would never do that though. So don't get scared.
Like, where we.
Yeah, it was great. Speaking of crashing out, Alex Perlman and Philly D did like a whole episode on you. Nice. But yeah, I did the Trevor Noah pod. It was great. It was really fun. But we'll watch it later. Susan Collins says it was Graham Plattner's fault for enlisting in the Iraq War and not her votes. Wait, what? That is an incredible statement, because that comes with the recognition that her votes were dog shit. The Iraq War was bad, and she's basically admitting that every dummy that went out there to fucking die did it for no reason. Cool. That's cool. I like when a Republican senator, a sitting Republican senator, comes out against a fucking Marine veteran and is just like, yeah, you were an idiot for going to Iraq. I wasn't in the wrong for voting for it, though. Yeah, you're on your own, bitch. That's funny. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we got a lot of polls. AOC versus Newsom, head to head. Polls. We'll talk about all of that and more. We got the I already blasted off. Holy shit, we're all over the goddamn place. Jesus Christ, what are we doing here? Ladies and gentlemen. We got so much going on. Yeah. Ryan Grimm. Susan Collins takes no responsibility for her votes and the terrible consequences. 18-year-olds who enlisted in the military made their own choice. Okay, fine. But senators with fully formed frontal cortexes bear a bit more responsibility for sending them. You got lots of energy. Why are you in such a banger mood? I'm trying to get some of that. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood, honestly. Maybe part of it is because, like, there might be a ceasefire deal that's imminent, and that excites me. I was hanging out. Austin is yelling from the other room. He said, you filmed with your friends. He's right. When I was in New York, I was just like when I wasn't on stream, I was just like kind of by myself with my thoughts. Scary. But now I'm back around friends and family, so I'm in a good mood, regardless of the fact that a mosquito assaulted my fucking face. A mosquito face fucked me. But don't worry, chat's here to kill that joy away. Oh, always. Don't worry, I'm used to it. I know it's gonna happen. Dude, it is pretty crazy though. Like, I mean, I can't get over this fucking whopper, dude. How did this happen? It might not even be a mosquito. Honestly, it could be like a fucking a snake bite. Could be something. Aaron Rupar posting your face pics now. Wait, what? What's up with his large welt under Trump's eye? Oh my God, he's just trying to be like me. He's just trying to be like me, dude. That's what this is. That's all this is. Are you sure it was a mosquito, bro? I don't know. I heard a mosquito, but it could have been like, I don't know. Could have been a snake, could have been a tarantula. Could have been any number of different things. You know what I'm saying? Hasanabi was a mommy mosquito feeding her babies, though. I don't give a fuck. Hey, yo, fuck that mommy mosquito. That mommy mosquito, well, I can't even say could suck my dick, because obviously the mommy mosquito did end up sucking my face and destroying me, so. Hold on. Hold on. I have to post this. We're winning. Did you spend the night in a coffin, Lamau? What? Imagine if it was a bot fly. It can be a cortisol response, I think. I don't know what it is. That looks like a spider bite. But in any event, that's not usual. Might want to get it checked out. God, it's probably fine, dude. Yeah, bro, RFK to come take all the bugs out of your house, the way he took care of those snakes. Yeah, the PDF link is not working, Themasius. I don't know why. Can you send me another one that works for the echelon poll or whatever? But yeah, before we get to all this other stuff, oh Overton Insights did a poll on me, and we'll take a look at that. And all the fucking all the weirdos on the internet are like, oh, dude, Hasan, you have no motion. It's like, yeah, dude, I know. So why do I have so much motion in your fucking mind? Speaking of people who I'm constantly occupying space in their minds, me and Stavi baby had a very wonderful time with one another, okay? And during that wonderful time, there was a brief moment where we mentioned Asmongold. That brief moment was approximately 2 minutes long. So, of course, as expected, Asmongold, who is not mad at all, who's not crashing out at all, turned around and made a 43-minute video. Hasan and Stavros spent 2 minutes reacting to Asmongold tweet calling to round people up and putting them in labor camps. And he turned around and made a 43-minute video. So, what the heliante? Hold. We're back. We're back. It's fun. I don't know what happened, but we're back. Anyway, so Am Israel Chai, as I was saying, Israel is the greatest nation on earth, most powerful country, but also at the same time, very tiny nation, size of New Jersey, should have nuclear arms, should be able to use those nuclear arms. Israel has a right to defend itself. And all of Israel's enemies happen to be vicious anti-Semites and very scary, very dangerous, very barbaric. This was the full clip, by the way. Yeah, the full clip was a minute long. Like, straight up, not even 2 minutes. 1 minute long, right? But that was enough for Asmongold, who's not mad, by the way. He's not triggered at all, to make a 43-minute video. Now, one of the things that these guys do always, and I think it's like a very small-brained, like insect-brained thing that these guys do all the time, like drama perverts do all the time, is instead of like arguing on, instead of shit-talking one another, right, or arguing or debating on the issues, if there is like any sort of disagreement, is basically saying my opposition is very angry and they're crashing out and therefore I've won. I've seen this. Like, this is a very common meta, right? Yes, I know the debate is happening right now. We're not going to watch it right now, okay? We'll watch it later. That's crazy. It's a fucking midday debate in Mackinac Island. We'll watch the highlights. And it's very interesting because, like, they'll always be like, oh, you got owned and you were really, really mad. You got owned and you were unbelievably mad. And I am not mad or owned at all, even though I made a 43-minute video about your 1 minute conversation that you had, right? And I don't know why his audience doesn't understand that dynamic doesn't actually make him look good. But to the average person from the outside, they're like, you seem a little bit insane for having this kind of reaction. Mackinac is how it's pronounced. I don't care. Calm down. You're banned from Michigan now. Okay, fine. So, yeah, I just, you know, I find it very funny that these guys will just like farm always like 1 minute mention for like 45 minutes. And then their cope always is, oh, I wasn't even mad. I was just farming him. You know? Oh, I'm not mad at all. I'm not even mad. I was just farming him for 43 minutes, actually. I did that because I don't care. I did that to show you how little I care, actually. And it's like, all right, if you say so, man. Sure.
That fucking guy. He's fucking disgusting. How did this happen? He looks like shit, right? He probably gets no fucking pussy. Asmongold, whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know, man. There's clout. He's got clout.
Do girls suck his disgusting?
I have no idea, but I don't.
Is that what he even likes? What does he
know.
do with his fucking?
Today we remember George Floyd, who was murdered by a former Minneapolis police officer 6 years ago. That moment.
Why is he weighing in? He's some fucking idiot that what did he stream?
Because Elon boosted the fuck out of this
But
shit.
what did he stream? How did he get famous? Fucking
World of
Minecraft?
Warcraft.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, no.
A fucking World of Warcraft guy?
Yeah.
People listen to that fucking guy, can't take a fucking shower?
Yeah.
Guys, don't be like you. I'm telling you, I'm fat and ugly. You don't have to live like that. You just have, if you put light into the world and positivity, you'll get sucked off.
Yeah.
Don't go into the dark side with a dirty ass motherfucker who doesn't even fucking shower. He doesn't know shit about what he's talking about.
So that was it, right? That's the Stavros take, which is like a fairly normie take. If you don't know anything about Asmongold and you see him for the first time, that's like, oh God, that's terrible. Like, why are you doing these things, right? So Asmongold did a 43-minute and 32-second reaction to that. Hasan brought his fat friend to talk shit about me. And I guess his entire commentary around this was that Stavros is fat and I'm a leftist to get pussy. And I think you guys already know my take on this. It's like, it's unbelievable copium from like early 2010s when right-wing guys will always be like, oh, I bet you're woke just so you can have sex with women. No. I don't think I have to be woke for women to find me attractive. Like, that's not, I'm sure it doesn't hurt. Like, I'm sure my politics, my genuine political opinions probably don't hurt, but that's not, you know, that's not the case. That's not the point, right? I feel like there are some gays that join the right for the brother. I don't even know what that means. But your shtick was that you're a hot guy, not typical ugly leftist. So how does that track? Yeah, I mean, I guess in his mind, he's saying like, that like all these guys, they don't have any. They don't have any other way of like getting laid, so they just do it. They do this to get pussy. Nasty shit.
What is that fucking? Why do people listen to that fucking guy? He's fucking disgusting.
Shut up, fatty.
Oh, fucking got him, dude. Calling Stavros Halkias "shut up, fatty" is so awesome.
Shut up. What are you talking about, fatty? Call me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Not mad. Don't put it in the newspaper that I am mad. I am not mad.
I'm disgusting. I guarantee you, if me and Stavros and Hasan had to walk 3 miles, at the end of those 3 miles, I would smell the best out of all 3 of them. I would. See, this is what happens whenever you're fat, is that you think this is the way it is.
How did this happen? He looks like shit, right? He probably gets no fucking pussy. Asmongold, whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know, man. There's clout. He's got clout.
It's really crazy to me. By the way, I think that these guys are really kind of self-reporting. So much of men that are leftists.
Dude, wait, what did he say? Between us 3, we're walking a mile. Who gets hit on the most? It's me, guys. Me, Asmongold. No, I'm kidding. I know he didn't say that, but that'd be really funny if he did.
Is that you think this is the way it is?
How did this happen?
This is what happens whenever you're fat. Is that you think this is the way it is?
Wait, what is that? What does that even mean?
And Hasan.
Is he so triggered by Stavros just fucking being like, you look like you smell bad? And he's like, well, you're fat. You're fat. You should kill yourself because you're fat. You're a fatty. You're a big fat fatty. You can't even walk a mile. You're fatty.
Had to walk 3 miles. At the end of those 3 miles, I would smell the best out of all 3 of them.
Wait, what? Okay, so I guess like he's saying Stavros would smell bad because he's fat. Why is he saying that I would smell bad? I don't, is it because I'm like Turkish or something? Bro, you don't have to sweat to smell bad. You look like you smell bad sitting. you, you, you smell bad standing in place because you don't shower. Yeah, guys, yeah, I'll be honest, yeah, if we walked 3 miles, if we did a triathlon, yeah, who would, first of all, I think between us three, if we're doing rankings on who is capable of walking 3 miles, I think Stavros got you beat. I'm not even placing myself on this equation because, come on, let's be fucking real. But but I don't think Asmongold has done anything dynamic in his life for like the last 3 decades. So I assume that given how sedentary his lifestyle is normally, if he had to literally walk for 3 miles, he would just perish at like the end of the first mile. I would pay top dollar for Stavros to roast the shit out of Asmon for 5 minutes straight. Yeah,
I would. See, this is what happens.
Asmongold trying to start a hey guys, doesn't Hasan look like he's kind of fat and will smell bad compared to me? Campaign is wild. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Look, I mean, sure. Hopefully it works for you, man. Yeah.
Whenever you're fat, is that you think this is the way it is.
He was a
No, dog, we think you smell disgusting because you don't shower, and you openly say you don't shower, and you look like you got, you know, visible stink lines on you. I've never seen it outside of a goddamn cartoon. It looks like there are flies over your head. Sometimes there are literal bugs on you. Like you literally, I don't know what else to say. Like, I think you ask the average person who looks like they smell worse, Asmongold or Stavros, like 99.9% of the time, they're going to be like, you, dog, you look like the type of guy that someone would hastily say, oh, sorry, I don't have any change on me, brother, you know? I don't got change on me, brother. Sorry about that.
like, how did this happen? He looks like shit, right? He probably gets no fucking pussy. Asmongold, whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know, man. There's clout. He's got clout.
It's really crazy to me. By the way, I think that these guys are really kind of self-reporting. So much of men that are leftists are just using it as a mating technique. They don't actually believe any of this shit.
Yes, dude. Yes. Stavros Halkias, in the fucking industry that he's in, is doing it to get pussy. That's why he's trying to be woke. Like, he's a comic, dude. What are you talking about? He could have a much larger audience if he was fucking right-wing. If he didn't genuinely believe what he's saying, if he genuinely didn't have that political opinion, if he's just grifting to, like, fuck, he could just be right-wing and have clout and still fuck. People don't care about it as much. You know who cares about this shit? Like, oh, these guys are just like LARPing about their worldview just so they can get laid, dude. A mating technique. Guys that say stuff like mating technique, those are the only people that actually do that kind of thing.
They don't even...
Like, this hasn't been a relevant perspective since like the early the later 2010s, like 2016 and onward, where it was like male feminist guy who's like genuinely doing it because he thinks like being woke is how you get pussy. Like, there are definitely guys like that, right? But I don't think it's like a relevant meme any longer.
Even think any of this. They know it's bullshit. They just say it because it's a good way to get women to like them.
Yeah, this is just cope. I think it's people that have like heinous and toxic politics have to figure out why other people don't share their worldview. So they just decide, oh, it must be for an ulterior motive. That's all this is. They can't grasp that someone could like genuinely believe these things. So they have to decide, oh, there's a financial reason for it. They must be grifting. Half the time it's also projection, because like in many of these circumstances, like they are the ones who are grifting, right? They're like leaning into whatever their first principles might be. They're certainly leaning into it extra hard because they know it's like beneficial, you know? it is what it is.
That's it. So yeah, I mean, I don't really I don't have a girlfriend right now. No, I don't. Yeah, maybe in the future I will, maybe not. I don't. This is not my whole life. There's simps, yeah.
Just go that moment.
Why is he weighing in? He's
Why am I weighing in?
some fucking idiot that what did he stream?
Because
Yeah.
boosted the fuck out of this
But
shit.
what did he
Right.
stream? How did he get famous? Fucking
World of
Minecraft?
Warcraft.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Yeah, no.
A fucking World of Warcraft guy?
Yeah.
People listen to that fucking guy. He can't take a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Guy,
I don't need to because I'm not fat. I don't smell bad. Fat.
Dog. That's awesome. I mean, that's a self-report, buddy. He said, I don't need to shower because I don't smell bad because I'm not fat. That's cope, dude. That's unbelievable cope. You get your stinky ass out of here, bro. Nasty motherfucker. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is why you look like you got stink lines on you. Yeah, I don't have BL, dude, because I'm skinny, dude. Yeah. Oh, what are you, a fucking libtard? You want to shower?
People smell bad.
to live like that. You just have, if you put light into the world and positivity, you'll get sucked off.
Yeah.
It's all about having sex with women. Their entire.
Wait, no, it's not. Like, he's a comedian. He's joking. He's also not even saying, like, do politics. He's just saying, like, be a positive person. If you're a positive person, like, women will be happy to be around you. That's the underlying premise. Oh my God, I'm realizing we're doing the Autism Power Hour once again, where I autistically describe what jokes are, the concept of jokes. What is laughter? Is laughter the best medicine? Is it counter-revolutionary activity? Is laughter bourgeois? He's seething. Yeah, I don't even need to shower, Dad. I don't even need to shower, brother. I'm doing great, dude. I'm doing freaking fine, dude. Fuck you.
Entire worldview and everything is built around the sexual approval of women. That's it. It's kind of sad, really. And also, like, by the way, I don't really like talking about a lot of, like, relationships or girls I talk to or don't talk to or anything else. I don't like getting involved in this. It's weird. I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to...
Kind of feels like you felt the need to prove something. Yeah, this guy said definitely didn't hit a nerve or anything, lol. It rules that Stavros is the direct opposite of Asmongold, a funny, charismatic guy who gets pussy is a leftist because he gives a shit about people around him. There's no way that a fat, ugly dude with that hairline on the right there was saying someone doesn't get pussy. Lamau, buddy, literally just became a meme. Yeah, these guys don't know who Stavros is very clear, so it's funny. But Stavros also probably has a lot of crossover appeal with the Asmongold audience, too, because, I mean, he's a comedian. Like, comedians are usually universally well-liked. Unless they, like, heavily lean into one side of politics over the other. But even then, as long as their material is good, people will appreciate them. Given that Stavros is, like, you know, of Cumtown fame, and Cumtown is, like, the OG. Like, 90% of new podcasts that have come out are just ripping on fucking old Cumtown bits and failing to do so. I mean, I would even go so far as to say Shane Smith was doing that for the longest time. He's obviously gotten his own bearings straight, like he has his own style and whatnot, but the reality of the matter is, like, Cumtown was an unbelievably influential podcast for a lot of, you know, comedians, for a lot of comedy podcasts in general. Fear and no, we can't do Cumtown bits. What are you, fucking crazy? Our audience is far too woke. They would kill us. You guys would straight up murder me with a gun if I were to do, you know, half of a Cumtown bit. But yeah, it seems to me like our boy didn't have too good of a time here with this. Because Asmongold and Stavros, like, here's the thing. Stavros is basically the bizarro Asmongold in many respects, where Like, neither of them care too much about their physical appearance. It's obvious, right? Like Stavros has like a, you know, getting healthier show and whatnot, but like he's a chiller. Like he enjoys his life. It's very obvious, right? And yet he has unbelievably good vibes and is very funny, whereas Asmongold has rancid fucking vibes and is not funny at all. So, not sure if you heard Asmon's claim there, but he actually claimed that the singular reason anyone cares about hygiene is to get laid. Yeah, that's nasty. He's a nasty little gremlin. Also, I bet Stavros smells great. Yeah, he does. He smells awesome. A lot of people don't know this, but I mean, I was a fat kid too. And when you're fat, you are very sensitive about smelling bad, so you're like extra attentive. Bro, I used to put fucking powder under my titties. You know what I mean? Like I was going crazy mode. Like I would deodorize my whole fucking body and shit. So, you know, if you're fat, you care about the way you smell a lot more than other people do. At least that was the case for me. And that's certainly carried over to my not so fat lifestyle as well, where, you know, I got to shower at least once a day, if not sometimes twice a day, deodorize the fuck out of myself, perfumes, you know, all this shit, because I am terrified still of the time when I was a young boy and I was very fat, and I would always worry that my like ass sweat would be, you know, repulsive to people. Thing is, and I worked hard on it. I worked hard to make sure that it wasn't, it didn't become a problem. What is this conversation? I don't know. I'm just giving you a little bit of insight into my life, dude. Giving you a little bit of insight, booty sweat, that sort of thing. You don't want to hear it? He's more defensive in this clip than when he gets called a Nazi, makes you think. Yeah. Yeah, what? Can a fucking quirked up white boy be a little vulnerable for a moment, you know? Can I not be a little vulnerable for a brief moment in my life, dude? But yeah, so where were we? We blasted off. My favorite part of the stream is when the newsman talks about his booty sweat and powdered tits. Yes. Who they mention in this will shock you. GOP lawmakers urge Treasury to press ahead with probe of Hassan Piker over Cuba. Senator Rick Scott says Piker... Oh, of course it's Rick Scott. Senator Rick Scott says Piker and Kopik should be thoroughly investigated and held accountable for any laws broken. Yeah. Question has risen on whether Piker should have registered as a foreign agent under Foreign Agents Registration Act, the National Jewish Advocacy Center. Wait, the National Jewish Advocacy Center urged the government for me, a pro-Israel institution, is urging the American federal government for me to register as a foreign agent? Dog. If there's one group that probably should stay out of this conversation, it's any group that is in any way, shape, or form associated with the foreign nation of Israel. That is awesome. Bro. Brother, what? Brother, what the fuck? What is this? Jacqueline, we've obtained a not yet public FARA filing revealing how Brad Parscale's directed $13 million from Israel to Republican digital strategy. No, that's okay. You don't understand. That's Israel. That's Israel, dude. You can do whatever you want. If you are, you can do whatever you want if you're Israeli. If you can do whatever you want if you're doing it with Israel. You don't understand. Why would you even bring this up? Israel is a tiny nation. Israel, tiny nation, size of New Jersey. What are you saying? Have you actually been served a subpoena yet? No, I have not. Fox News supports DHS suspending international flights to sanctuary cities. They're going to bankrupt these companies. Size of New Jersey. What are you saying? Why are you talking shit about Israel? Israel number one. Israel not number one for you? Huh? Are you anti-Semitism? You are Hamas. I do find this interesting because you've been talked about on the news a lot more than normal lately, which is kind of insane considering you're just talking about things being fucked up right now. Same shit you've been doing for 4 to 5 years that I watched you. Yes, it's because people are starting to get threatened. That's it. That's literally all this is. People don't like that I'm, coordinating with campaigns. People don't like that I'm working with politicians. People don't like that I'm actually helping them in some way, shape or form win elections against establishment Democrats, against pro-Israel Democrats. So that is genuinely the reason. If I was just chilling at home talking my shit and there was no such thing as the Hasanabi bump or whatever, then it wouldn't be a big problem. So what's going on is, and Michael from Pennsylvania has talked about this as well, but what's going on here is exactly what took place with AOC as well, and has taken place with AOC. I know a lot of people might not be fans of AOC in this community, but ultimately the style is the same. They see someone that might be disruptive and they try to bully them. And sometimes they actually do concede a little bit on that, barrage of hate, the hate farming that they receive. And then they're a little bit more scared. But basically what happens is the right will put the beat on you and will put the crosshairs on you and will do everything they can to disparage you. You become public enemy number one, right? And when you become public enemy number one, then the polls come. And when they poll you, right? When they poll you, now oftentimes, polls are not the most consistent, but regardless, when they poll you, they'll just put your approval rating out there, and your approval rating will be low because Republicans will be the people that know you the most because they're the ones who hear about you the most, and they're all unbelievably anti-you, right? So if Democrats don't really know you that well, but Republicans know you very well, and they only know you in a negative framework, and they have, incredibly high disapproval ratings of you, then your poll numbers don't look that great broadly, right? And that's precisely what is happening here. Now, of course, one of the issues that I have, is that there's also a lot of Democrats that don't defend me. Obviously, Democrats defend AOC, but there's also a lot of Democrats that also lean into this negative framing, and they do their very best to boost all the negative shit, all the clip farms and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You just do your good work and hope that people will be charitable. This is my perspective has never been one that is broadly popular in the United States of America. Anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist. These are concepts that the overwhelming majority of Americans are not going to be inherently positive on. So I take any positive approval in stride. I consider that all to be good. Even if it was 1% positivity, I'd be great. We're making we're making waves. We're changing people's minds. Which is also part of the reason why I laugh whenever people say things like, "Oh, dude, you're just doing this for fucking clout. You're grifting. You're grifting to the left." Yeah, I've chosen to grift to the least popular position one could possibly arrive at. in the United States of America and actively trying to change people's hearts and minds on these issues, right? Yeah, the left is the worst place to grift to because you have no allies. Other leftists fucking despise you, sometimes more than they hate others, right? The right hates you. They see you as the, public enemy number one. The center doesn't like you because they think you're too radical. Center right in the Democratic Party doesn't like you either because they consider you to be an op. And the rest of the left also doesn't really fuck with you that much because they have minor differences in opinion that they think are existential, right? So that's what it is. And then add on to that reality that this is basically what every fucking online discourse, every piece of online discourse looks like right now, which is where we do our discourse. Penelope is such a pretty name. Oh, thank you. It's extremely common. So, it's still pretty. I never said it was rare. And I didn't say it wasn't pretty. Holy crash out. Every conversation is contentious. Every conversation is like framed negatively. Everyone's trying to rage bait one another to feel something. And, it's always going to be polarizing. I believe the things that I believe, and I genuinely hope that if people are charitable, I hope that if people are charitable to my worldview, if they hear me out, they will understand where I'm coming from and maybe even change their minds. And I've seen a lot of success in this. I've seen a lot of success with this kind of, with this kind of approach. And of course, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm a very stubborn guy. Yeah, never said I wasn't charitable. Holy crash out. It's extremely common. Okay, you don't have to do that. Sam Piker favorability rating among those living with children. Favorable 0%, unfavorable 49%. Yeah, so there was a Echelon Overton Insight polls, May 2026. Overton Insight polls finds that Vance and Buttigieg lead respective primaries, which, I'll be honest, it doesn't lend credence to the credibility of this poll if they're showcasing Pete Buttigieg as like the highest rated contender. But yeah, they looked at all of this stuff. They looked at the main crosstabs, gas prices, living situation, religious participation. What page is it at? Do we know? Education, living situation. Candace Owens' overall favorability is at 70% and unfavorability is at 40%. Never heard of them is at 14%. Heard of them, but no opinion is at 29%. Amongst Republicans, Candace has a 25% favorability and 32% unfavorability. Among Democrats, she has an 8% favorability and 55% unfavorability. Among independents, 17 to 29. That tracks. That kind of makes sense. Interesting that Gen Xers are the highest percentage of favorability for Candace Owens, but that also makes sense if you're lead poison generation. If you're a part of the lead poison generation, you have the highest favorability rating for Candace Owens. That makes total sense if you think about anything that she's doing. And then bachelor's degrees at 28%, highest favorability. That's unique. That is actually interesting. I would not have expected that. I would have thought like high school. Wow. Okay. And then with black people, she has 44% favorable. I knew that, which is kind of sad because she is very anti-black. She's vehemently anti-black and yet has the highest approval amongst black people. And her highest unfavorability, disapproval comes from Asians and then whites. In my circumstance, obviously, we're going to skip all this stuff because I'm coming up in a second. Yeah, Ben Shapiro, overall 17 favorable, 44 unfavorable. in mine, I'm in a unique predicament where no one knows who the fuck I am, right? Or knows me but doesn't really have an opinion. And then on the Republican side, my favorability is at 1%, and unfavorability is at 27. On the Democratic front, my favorability is at 19%. Unfavorability is at 13%. Among independents, 10 to 17. Right? The 1% of Republicans that like me is probably Mary Sue, right? Or Mary Lou. Overall, male favorability 11, unfavorability 26, female favorability 10, unfavorability 13. And the age groups, the highest favorability comes from 18 to 29, as expected, of course. And the highest unfavorability comes from 30 to 44. That's interesting. And then 55 to 64. That's the Fox News audience, obviously. Like, this is, like, that's where that's coming from. You know? They didn't ask me about this. What the hell? I love when people say that. Whenever there's a poll that we're looking at and everybody goes, oh, I didn't answer this. I'm in this poll and I didn't answer it. It's like, yeah, that's not how polls work, okay? Education category, highest level of favorability is at high school or less, but that's age related probably, and then bachelor's degree at 10. Or no, postgraduate at 11. Wow. Yeah, okay. Unfavorability at the highest is some college at 25%, and then postgraduate at 22%. My demographic breakdown for, and you have to remember, the overwhelming majority of these demographic crosstabs don't fucking know who I am, right? Or know who I am but have not heard of me, right? Or know who I am but have no opinion of me. So it must be super weird to read actual polls about yourself. I don't know who they're polling, but if they're showing that Pete Buttigieg is like the top contender for the Democrats, that basically tells you like where this is at. But hey, I just want to fucking say, shout out to La Raza, shout out to my mi gente Latino, shout out to my Latinx audience. My Lord, Hispanics carrying me to positive approvals. Let's fucking go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Órale, wey. Let's fucking go. Showing up. Showing up. Yeah, white people are not that fond of me, but black people and Asian people especially are like, fuck this guy. Fucking hate this guy. Hispanic approval just tanked? Wait, what? No, dude. What do you mean? Yeah, Hispanic approval is the only positive one, and then the rest are fucking unbelievably like, Asians hate my ass. Okay? They hate my ass. Holy moly. Yeah, living situation wise, with children, 0% favorable, 49% unfavorable. Multi-generational household, 3 to 2. Alone, 7 to 27. Oh, the loners fucking hate my ass too. And with parents, if you're still living with your parents, you have a 42% favorability rating and 12% unfavorability rating. That's my highest. If you're living with your roommates, wait, what the fuck? 3% favorable, 41% unfavorable. That's, I wonder why it turned out like that. That's crazy. And then religious participation, never 25% favorable, 21% unfavorable, the edgy atheist, and then monthly, and holidays only and monthly at 45 and 46% unfavorable. Yeah, so that's it. Latinx is weird. Yes, I know. That's why I said it as a joke. Okay, calm down. The other roommate hates you because you are always on the TV? Yeah, probably. But yeah, the Asian one surprised me. that was definitely surprising because it was like strange that it would be so much negative approval. Because like it's not. I don't know what would boost that. Like I don't know what, because I don't think it's like a. I don't think it's like I've had like big blow up moments or whatever until recently when the RNC came out with that whole like Hasan is anti-Asian, because I said Asians that tokenize themselves at the behest at the altar of white supremacy are dogs, the white people or whatever, and that was like a big ordeal. But maybe it could be China. It could be China related, possibly. I don't know. My Asian homie hates you because he's deep into the Drake manosphere and they all hate you. Yeah, I wonder what it is. Some of the numbers are suspicious. Not suspicious in the this was rigged way, but in the sample size are probably fucked way. Just remember that you can never read too deeply into crosstabs when they don't reveal the sample size for each demographic. It could be like 40 people that they weighed. Yeah, that's true. Your India takes are sending a lot of hate your way, especially the Indo-Pakistan stuff. Yeah, that's true. Because I do say Pakistan's Zindabad a lot. So that could be one of it. It could be my opinion on China. That probably doesn't, like a lot of the Asian American community does not have a positive opinion of China at all. And only recently has the American Chinese community developed a more positive opinion on China. I do take like the worst possible side on a lot of these issues from the perspective of like American approval, but I don't really care necessarily because I believe the things that I believe, and my job is to try and change your mind as well, or at least like get you to be a little bit more sympathetic to people living in these other countries, right? My significant other doesn't hate you, but her take is that you're loud. I think that could be a part of it, maybe. I'll be honest, bro. Indians don't even need a quote from you. They'll hate you because you're Muslim. No, I mean, that's not. I don't know. New 2028 presidential poll. Buttigieg is 16. Yeah, this is from that poll that says Buttigieg is at 16%. So I don't know how much I trust this poll in general, because like that means that their sampling was a little bit dusty, right? Because this makes no sense. Like you would see Kamala Harris at the top usually. This is an anomaly. And I'm not like, this isn't copium. Like I don't really give a shit one way or another what the perception looks like. But the reason why I'm saying that is because this poll is unique in comparison to all of the other polls that have been conducted on the Democratic Party on who is like, who is seen as like a top contender for 2028. And Pete Buttigieg has never been at the top like that. That means that their sampling was a little strange. My husband doesn't like you because he's jealous. Jewish Insider reports. Yeah, I know. Jewish Insider reports that seven-figure spending will be coming soon for Antonio Reynoso and Adriana Espaillat. The Israel lobby is going to come hard for Claire and Daraliza. I know. Which is why we got to fucking redouble our efforts here. That means the internal numbers that they got don't look too good. That means that Claire and Daraliza are cooking, okay? But we have to be careful. We cannot automatically assume that this is in the bag. It's not, okay? What is the sampling that doesn't fangirl for Harris be more favor of you? No, it's samples for Pete Buttigieg. So it's really busted. The company that ran the poll is some subsidiary of a religious group. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm sure they're still like trying to do their very best in their polling, right? Like, I don't think that's the case, but are we doing truth nukes? What is this? Truth nuke, AOC, new 2028 primary head to head. This is the same poll, AOC 43, Newsom 35. Yeah. But that's good. In any case, let's get started. We got a lot to cover. I'm not going to look at Adam Silver, the terrorist.
Overnight, the U.S. and Iran exchanging strikes, threatening the fragile ceasefire. A U.S. official telling ABC News the U.S. striking an Iranian ground control station as it prepared to launch a one-way attack drone believed to be a threat to U.S. forces and commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. In addition to the strike, U.S. forces also shot down 4 other one-way Iranian attack drones. The official adding the action was defensive. But overnight, Iran responded. Video released by the Iranian military claims to show the regime targeting an American base in the region. Kuwait saying its air defenses were intercepting hostile drones and missiles. As the war with Iran drags into its 12th week, the president has made it clear he's in no rush to make a deal, emboldened by a string of GOP primary victories.
They thought they were going to outweight me. We'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms.
The president's approval rating has plummeted as gas prices soar. Americans on average are paying $4.42 at the pump, up $1.48 since the war began.
Gas prices that are still high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, the primary urgency, as I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
But the Senate's top Republican with a different take, saying Americans will be voting on the economy.
We need to ensure that we succeed there, and then also at the same time prove that we can do 2 things at one time and focus clearly on the economic issues that I think are going to be front and center for a lot of the American people when they vote.
Days after insisting the U.S. and Iran were near a deal, President Trump now claims Iran is negotiating on fumes, rejecting the regime's demands to take control over the Strait of Hormuz in coordination with Oman.
Would you accept a short-term deal that allows Iran and Oman to control the strait? And would they have to open it immediately, or would you be open to that happening over a period of time?
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody. It's
and who would control it?
international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it.
The president telling me Oman, a key U.S. ally, needs to get in line, issuing this threat.
Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that.
And Iran responding to that threat from...
Fucking crazy, by the way. Oman catching us straight out of nowhere. Iran just launched? Wait, what? Wait, what? 60-day... What is happening? Wait, what? What is going on? Breaking... Is this real? Breaking, Iran launched a ballistic missile from Jam Missile City in Iran's Bushehr province a few minutes ago, followed by initial explosions in the Strait of Hormuz. I'm sorry. What the fuck is happening, bro? Curveball time? Curveball time? Jeremy Scahill, Iranian official, tells me from Iran's perspective, there's a final draft on an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with the U.S., but Iran has zero trust in Trump or the U.S.'s word and can't rule out chance of more U.S.-Israeli strikes. Therefore, Iran is proceeding cautiously on any official announcement. Some voices on the Iranian side are concerned that President Trump may reconsider his position at the last moment, the official said. Trump needs to cultivate the image of a victor in the war. He added, we cannot regard President Trump's decision as definitively finalized until the final financial markets close at the end of this week. Oh, my God. You believe capitalist media a bit too much? Iran repeatedly said they never agreed to anything. No, brother. This is the same principle that they've held for the longest time. I've been saying that. They have had their MOU point by point, well established for literally months now. And it hasn't changed at all. Their perspective has not changed at all. Maybe the bottom line hasn't changed at all. Perhaps some of the fine print issues might be moved around a little bit. Maybe numbers here and there. Is it 20 years of no nuclear proliferation? Or is it 5 years? Or is it 15 years? Like, those are the finer details they might go back and forth on. But ultimately, their top line demands, the 10-point demands that they made on week 2, have remained intact. And America has flailed around and gone back and forth on the fucking top line demands that Iran has made over and over again. They've at times said yes to it and then turned around and bombed Iran. So obviously, it's up to the United States of America, and perhaps not even the United States of America, but Israel. It's up to Israel, because Israel is the spoiling party here. Sure, America is allowing Israel to be the spoiling party here, because America could restrain Israel at the end of the day if they chose to do so, and they're not doing it. But the only reason why this deal has not been solidified is because every time Trump comes near a final deal, Israel turns around and freaks the fuck out and makes a bunch of boss calls to the Trump administration, and Trump goes around saying, you know what, maybe the war is still on. Anyway, we got new information from DropSite as well. This is literally a minute ago. New Israeli officials are privately urging the Trump administration to abandon negotiations with Iran, assassinate Iran's parliament speaker and lead negotiator Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, and launch a new round of strikes targeting Iran's oil infrastructure, according to a classified intelligence assessment cited by Capital and Empire. Israeli officials reportedly believe renewed attacks could trigger economic collapse and eventually regime change. Oh my Lord, brother, what the fuck are we doing? Oh my God, I'm sorry, but if you fucking believe this, if you believe Israel here, then you want to believe it, okay? I can't in good conscience say this is, the administration is getting duped by Israel. No, we're the ones who are duped if we believe that this administration is getting duped by Israel. At this point, you have to look at the situation and recognize that either there's like blackmail or some shit taking place, or, the Trump administration is like, yeah, we love this. We love being stupid. We love, we're all out of options. We're desperate. We know we've lost this war, so we think that we can just go as we can go up the escalation ladder and see where that fucking leads us. Let me see if I can actually secure an interview with Trita on this today. I'm sure he's going to, sure he's going to be probably busy. Yeah, meanwhile, Netanyahu is also, let me, yeah. Memorandum of Understanding is like a pre-peace treaty. Yo, Trita Pars is my guy. Thank you for bringing Iranian voices, the right ones, of course. Yeah, I love Trita. He's great. He's a fantastic asset. Yo, you should address stuff. There's a video from Dev, and you really don't look good. You should watch it and address it. Brother, World War III is happening, like, in real time right now. And you want me to watch some fucking random YouTuber that made me look bad? Oh my God. You're right, dude. I don't even know who the fuck Dev is, but at this point, he's right. He's 100% right. I am that guy. I am a really bad guy, and you probably shouldn't be in here. I am a really, really bad person. Whatever a YouTuber says about me, just know that it's 100% true, and I am that bad guy. Okay? A very, very bad guy. You're not going to change World War III, but your perception on people? I don't think you understand. I don't care about that at all. I care about covering the news. All right. That's my goal. All right, let's continue. All of the accusations are correct. I'm a bad piece of shit. I'm a real piece of shit, chatter. No, don't ban that guy. We're gonna unban him. He can stay in here. Because he's been in here. He's been in here a lot. Look. check logs Lamont. Please stop with Charlie Kirk. He was a good person. He literally died. What? What? Why did you cut out the best part of Platinum's conversation with the ex-soldier guy? Not fighting, just curious. Anyway. Let's continue. Tasnim. Contrary to West's sources' claims, the draft memorandum of understanding has not been finalized or confirmed yet. A source close to the negotiation team told Tasnim that the MOU is not. The MOU is not ready. Okay. Text between Iran and the U.S. has been finalized, only waiting announcement by both sides. That is not true. The text has not been finalized yet. He added, Iran has not yet informed the Pakistani mediator and the public. Until then, any Western sources' narratives about the finalization of the matter are not credible. Well, it turns out they weren't. It turns out they were not credible at all. It was just wish casting. Another exchange of fire in HORMUZ is underway. Reports of missile launches taking place. Now, remember, Iran was just eating it for the last month or so. America would go in and take some pot shots. Every now and then, Iran would maybe stop the transit of oil tankers at the Strait, but most of the time it was just America blowing up Iranian soil, blowing up Iranian assets and the like. Iran had not retaliated at all, even when America was blowing up Iranian missile sites, as they did yesterday. Now things are different. They are seemingly retaliating. We shall see if America claims that the ceasefire is still on, or if they'll say, "Okay, ceasefire's over. We're back to waging war." So, the real players here, of course, Israel, are saying that they reportedly believe renewed attacks could trigger economic collapse and eventually regime change. Even a U.S. and Iranian negotiators work towards a framework to extend the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The push comes amid growing alarm in Israel that a negotiated settlement could leave Iran politically strengthened, preserve its regional influences, cement its leverage over one of the world's most important energy choke points. Because that is what would happen. So what's the truth? Who's lying to me? I think in this situation, it's probably better to always assume that the Iranian side is a little bit closer to the truth. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones, if they retaliate, they are the only ones who will make it or break it. Because America keeps repeatedly mentioning that they want to put together a ceasefire deal, and even routinely claim that there is a ceasefire deal that is imminent, especially on Sundays. If you have been paying close attention, every Sunday night you hear from American and Western news resources saying, "Oh, a deal is imminent. A deal is imminent." It's never imminent, right? What is this? Careful, brother. Come on. It's like you're begging for more controversy. Wait, what? What? Because I said that the more reliable information about whether a deal or not is imminent is usually going to come from the Iranian side? No, I don't think that's a silly thing to say. That's just observing reality. I've been covering this thing every single day for the past 90 fucking days. Do you know how many times the American side has just straight up fucking lied about a deal being imminent over and over again? Straight up lied specifically to manipulate the stock markets? So much so that even the stock market impact of Trump's statements have diminished over time. In the beginning, the market would fall for it. They'd be like, "Oh my God, it's good. We're going to unplug the Strait. We're going to unplug the Strait," over and over again. And it's not just about Iran either. Donald Trump, as you are also correctly pointing out, lies about pretty much everything. So much so that we have arrived at a different conclusion where we're like, is he lying? Because lying would imply that he knows what the truth is, or is he just fucking stupid? Like, is he lying? He knows what the truth is, and he's just trying to manipulate the stock markets, or does he even not know what his next move is going to be? So he just like fucking blurts something out every single day without any care or consideration to what kind of impact that might have. And I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both, which is why I keep telling you over and over again, you have to pay attention to both Israel and the Hasbara, the Hasbara agents in the West, like the Lindsey Grahams of the world, the Mark Levins of the world, to understand whether or not a ceasefire is truly imminent. If they start chirping a lot, that means they are genuinely close. That means the American side is legitimately close to signing something. That doesn't mean that they've actually signed anything, because Israel has final approval in this process. That shouldn't be the case, but unfortunately it is, right? But that's just how it goes. That's how it's gone for the past 90 fucking days. America and Iran get to the negotiations table. There's a cessation of hostilities, or a cessation of immediate hostilities. And Israel turns around and says, we don't like this. And then America turns around and says, okay, I guess Israel, Big Daddy Israel doesn't like it, so fuck it, who cares? I already covered this part of Jeremy Scahill's statement. He is in contact with Iranian officials. He says, any reports citing U.S. officials on the precise terms of any deal should be viewed with extreme skepticism. Anonymous U.S. officials have repeatedly pushed false stories aimed at making Trump look good or in a clear effort to manipulate markets. Yeah. Pretty much the exact same assessment that I have. Did you see that Israeli spies say Turkey and Egypt are next and the storm is coming? Yes, I did. I tweeted about it. Jonathan Pollard, he's an American Israeli spy, by the way. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Oh, Jonathan Pollard, my fave, my king. Israel's bombing multiple targets in Han Yunis and in Gaza right now. Yeah, I know. Israel's also ramped up its Gaza operation as well. Again, in the middle of the war, Naftali Bennett and many other Israeli political security figures began openly referring to Turkey as the next Iran. They did not even get rid of the original Iran at the end of it, but it was a helpful clarification of the intentions of even ostensibly moderate Israeli leaders. Yeah, that's their goal. They've said it's either Egypt or Iran. It's most likely, either Egypt or Turkey. It's most likely not Egypt, because Egypt is a non-entity. It's a non-factor, as long as it remains in the hands of Sisi. But Turkey, on the other hand, regardless of its NATO status, is seen as a threat to Israel's regional ambitions for one reason or another. And yes, this is testing out the boundaries of Zog theory, right? Like, I've said this before, I'm not a firm and committed believer in Zog theory, Zionist occupied government theory. I think it's a bit of both. Like, it's a bit of like unsinkable aircraft, and then a profound influence of the lobby and numerous other arms of the lobby. What people call AIPAC is not just AIPAC. It's so many different things that exist on U.S. soil, but it would never be able to exist on U.S. soil if Israel wasn't a reliable tool for the United States of America, right? But as I've stated in the past, if Israel gets to take shots at Turkey a couple years down the line, then we know it's undisputed. Israel absolutely controls every aspect of American foreign policy, not just the driving vehicle of its MENA policy as it is currently, but it controls every facet, like 100%, right? That's undisputed, and there's no way to argue against that at that point. Because again, NATO is profoundly important for American force projection around the globe. It's one of the most consequential aspects of American force projection. It's unbelievably important for our defense contractors. So to be able to rip that apart at the behest of Israel would imply something even more insane than what Israel has urged America to do for its own regional ambitions, which is to lead them to attack Iran, lead us to attack Iran. Yes, the Zog theory is an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, but if America were to disband NATO and allow Israel to attack a country that has American nuclear bases, American nuclear arms inside of its American bases, then it would not be an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory any longer. It would just be what is going on.